Good morning, folks. Welcome to Quantsapp. This is Vicky Sajnani, and let's get started with the morning market brief. 17,870 is where we shut shop on Nifty 50 futures. 41,645 we shut shop on Nifty Bank futures. So let's see where the SGX Nifty is pointing to this morning. A 30-point cut is what we are seeing in SGX Nifty. So let's see how that pans out for Nifty 50 futures this morning. Looking at the charts, again, it's having a tough time trying to cross the hurdle of 18,000, and 18,200 happens to be the next major level, 200, 210. Supports being 17,500 and 17,200, major supports. Looking at the futures built up, we are seeing some amount of shorts getting built up. Well, it's a short covering kind of cycle, which is probably emanating as of now. So, of course, the major support zone happens to be 17,500. So 17,800 gets breached again. There's a possibility of it cracking down to 17,500. That's a possibility out there. Of course, 18,000 on the higher side happens to be the litmus test. Well, looking at the options OI, 17,800 has a substantial put, which I pointed out also as a support zone. So it has a substantial put OI. So that's going to be the support. 18,000 on the higher side is the resistance point with a substantial call OI. And then there is a concentration of resistance 18,200, 18,400, 300, and 100 also is having reasonable call OI positioning. So let's see how that pans out. On the support side also, below 17,800, you have 17,700, 17,600, all positioned with reasonable OI out there. Looking at the Bank Nifty futures now, well, rather confusing signals out there when you look at the candlestick chart. But I mean, the market is confused and there is a small range in which it's moving. Looking at the supports and resistances, my sense is that 42,000 gets crossed. That's when the movement starts for Bank Nifty intraday basis, and positional basis. I think 43,000 is a litmus test for Bank Nifty futures. So 43,000, 43,710. On the lower side, you have 41,39718. Well, looking at the open interest from futures, we are seeing some amount of long unwinding there. So let's see if this gets into a long unwinding, or there is a short emanating today. So that's something which we need to keep a watch on. Well, looking at the open interest chart of options, you see 42,000 as a resistance level and 41,000 as a support zone, with 41,500 also having a substantial put OI as well as call OI. So that's 41,500 for you, which is the support zone, which is having substantial put OI. And there is a reasonable call OI also out there. So let's see how that evolves during the day. Top gainers and losers: PEL, Piramal Enterprises Limited, Oro Pharma, Indus Tower. Top losers: Lupin, Astral, UBL. Well, looking at the sectoral contribution, we are seeing substantial negatives, marginal positives. So 18.3 points negative contribution from oil, 13.35 points negative contribution from private banks, IT contributing negative 18 points, metals contributing a negative of 10 points. Well, looking at the built up, sectorally, we are seeing media, cement, pharma on the long side, metal, oil, power on the short side. As far as result season is concerned, we have Z Limited, Gujarat Gas, PFC, SAIL announcing their results today. So let's see how that evolves during the day. One of the stocks on the radar is IGL. So 455 is the resistance level, and the next major is 475, 476 levels. Supports being 430 and 410 and 397. Well, so not much to decipher from the futures OI position of IGL. Let's look at the options. So we saw a substantial unwinding here. So that's on the lower end, 430 strike. So let's see how that evolves. 440 strike is having a reasonable put OI, but then 430 strike is having one of the largest put OI as such. On the higher side, 450 is the strike which is having a call OI, substantial call OI. The other stock on the radar is JSW Steel. 695 happens to be a strong support zone. So a breakdown below that, I mean, we could see some pressure on this counter. The next major level is 678. So these are the two supports. 737 and 773 are the resistance points. So 773 and 737. So JSW Steel, well, we are seeing some amount of long unwinding which is there. So it's actually in a long unwinding kind of situation here. But shorts couldn't manage as per the charts we are saying. That's why we are saying 695 as the level which on which breakdown could happen. So look at the positioning of the puts. 720, 700, so 690, all having a put OI, reasonable put OI. On the resistance front, call OI is we are seeing 750, 740 levels having a substantial call OI. India Bull Housing Finance, Ambuja Cement are the stocks in the ban list. Before I wrap up the session, I would like to thank all our participants for making Option Symposium 5.0 a grand success. Also, before I wrap up the session, I would like to highlight to you, please consult your financial advisor before trading in derivatives. And also, please follow strict stop losses while trading in derivatives. Well, we discussed about Nifty and Bank Nifty levels. The other thing was sectoral long positions. You have media, long built up basically, media, cement and pharma based on Friday's closing. Sectoral short built up is in metal, oil, power. So you have JSW Steel, which we said 695 is a support zone. For IGL, we said 455 is a major hurdle on the higher side. So that's how we have it. And ban list is Ambuja Cement and India Bull Housing Finance. Well, that's it from my side. Wish you happy trading and all the best.